My name is Hunter, and I'm 32 years old. This year marks the 3rd anniversary of my marriage to the love of my life. My wife, Emily, was a junior at my company, and I fell in love with her the day she was assigned to my department. Gradually we became closer, and a year after we met, our relationship developed into dating. After 2 years of dating, we finally got married. I adored Emily. She also responded genuinely to my love, and we were enjoying a sweet, sweet married life. But it happened last year. Suddenly, without any warning, her attitude changed.
Okay, I'm off.
Whenever I spoke to her, no matter what she was doing, she used to come running to say have a nice day and give me a kiss on the cheek. But now, even when I say, Emily, I'm leaving, there's no response. What in the world is going on? Hey, don't you seem strange lately? Is something wrong? Nothing's wrong. Hey, look at me. Hey, Emily. Don't touch me. I was flustered by her sudden change. Yet, her attitude towards others hasn't changed. In the midst of these confusing days, my nephew, Nick, celebrated his 9th birthday. My parents, my sister's family, and we all had a dinner party. While enjoying the meal, suddenly Emily collapsed. Hey, Emily, what's wrong? She didn't move at all, even when I called out to her.
Mom, call an ambulance. Emily, hang in there. Emily, what's wrong? Hey, Emily.
Eventually, the ambulance arrived, and she was hastily taken to the hospital. However, she hasn't woken up even after several days. She didn't hit her head when she collapsed. Doctor, why isn't she waking up? There was no abnormality in her brain. We need to conduct more detailed examinations. Did your wife have any chronic diseases? No, nothing. She was perfectly healthy. I see. For now, let's just wait for your wife to wake up. Unable to do anything, time just passed by. Why is this happening? Confused and at a loss, Nick came into the hospital room. Uncle Hunter, how is Emily? She's still sleeping. I see. Did you come alone?
Yeah.
Usually mischievous, Nick seemed oddly hesitant. What's wrong? Well, I have a letter from Emily for you. A letter from Emily. Nick took out an envelope, hesitating whether to hand it to me or not.
Here, take this. She said you must read it alone. It's a promise, okay? You can show it to anyone else.
Understood. After I took the letter, Nick said, Emily, I'll come again, and left. Why did Nick have a letter from Emily? Though I was left with doubts, I decided to read the letter for now. What could this letter be about? Perhaps a confession of infidelity. However, what was written there was. Upon reading the letter, I immediately began to undress my wife. Confronted with a shocking truth, I was frozen, unable to move. Why didn't you tell me? Every year, the company I work for hires a number of new graduates, and about a dozen newcomers join. In my department, fresh new employees are assigned every year, and the year Emily joined, I was appointed as the mentor.
That girl is cute, isn't she? You're lucky, man. Want me to take over as mentor? Hey, that's sexual harassment. Be careful with your words. Besides, you can't just change what Director Tanner has decided, can you?
Though I said that, truth be told, she was very cute, and I fell for her at first sight. Emily, 3 years my junior, wasn't particularly a beauty, but her sparkling eyes were charming, and her smile as warm as a sunny spot was comforting. She smiled the same way at everyone, without discrimination. Her manner of speaking was elegant and refined, and her voice, like the pleasant chime of a bell, was soothing to the ears. Moreover, she had a great personality.
Sounds like a dream, right?
Everyone was enchanted by her and wanted to take care of her in some way. Emily, let me carry that box for you. Thank you, but it's okay, it's empty. Don't worry about it.
Even if you don't mind, Emily does. Sorry, Emily, for the weird scene here.
It's okay, it's fun. Emily never made anyone feel like a villain or disliked anyone. Since this was her way in all matters, everyone, old and young, men and women alike, were charmed by her. Someone said she was the angel of the workplace, and indeed, that was true. Her presence soothed everyone tired from work. Emily was not only attentive but also competent at her job. Hunter, are these documents no longer needed?
Yeah, I don't need them anymore.
Then I'll put them back, okay? Thank you. She never missed a detail and handled tasks efficiently. Emily, could you tidy up the layout of this proposal? Understood. When is the deadline? She readily agreed and always made sure to check the deadline. She would complete the work half a day before the deadline. She transformed my rugged, bland proposals by appropriately incorporating diagrams and charts, making them look appealing. Thanks to her, presentations went smoothly. Hey, Hunter, aren't you giving Emily too much work? You can say no, you know. You are not his assistant? Yes, but working on Hunter's proposals is really educational for me. There you have it.
Don't get carried away, okay? If you're overburdened, just tell me, and I'll set things straight.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Emily never made anyone feel bad. I think she's a well-rounded person. She was quick to learn when teaching her work, and once she understood, she was able to apply her knowledge. Her processing ability was high, and she was versatile in her arrangements. Above all, her creativity was outstanding. When a project that had been stagnating suddenly moved forward thanks to her, I was amazed. It's because of your good teaching. Emily said so, but I was just teaching her ordinary things. What kind of upbringing does one need to become such an incredible person? Being with her makes me feel like I'm becoming a better person myself. It's like fantastic magic. Her magic captivated even my heart. As I took care of her various needs in my role as her mentor, our distance naturally narrowed. It was natural that we started spending more time together, having lunch during meetings, and going out to check out competitors' products. After all, I had fallen for her at first sight, and the more time I spent with her, the deeper her charm became. My pure feelings eventually reached Emily, and slowly but surely, she began to notice me as well. About a year later, we happily became a couple. What did you teach Emily? Just work stuff, obviously. You're aiming for a different goal, aren't you? Jealous, are you? Our relationship quickly became known at work, but nobody criticized us. Just because we were in love didn't mean we slacked off at work. We were careful to draw a line between work and personal life. I didn't want to be seen as going soft because of romance. In fact, having a fulfilled heart and life only boosted my motivation and drove me to work harder. Having the best assistant. It made great work a certainty. When both work and private life are fulfilling, it makes a person kinder. Perhaps it's because you have more room in your heart. Scenes I hadn't noticed before started catching my eye, and when someone appeared to be in trouble, I found myself helping them unconsciously. It all came naturally. Isn't love wonderful? Hey Hunter, you've been looking really cool lately. Wasn't I always? I'll leave that without comment. No comment, huh? Hunter, when I see you, it makes me think that love is incredible. I want to experience a transformative love like yours. I've changed. You have a much nicer smile now, you're kinder, more considerate, and always smiling. The current you is incredibly handsome, thanks to Emily. I became uneasy about what image I had before, but thinking that I was in such a great love story made me feel bashfully proud. Having secured Emily, the most wonderful woman, my life began to accelerate. 2 years into our relationship, on her birthday, I made a once-in-a-lifetime proposal. Of course, she said yes. I was over the moon. To have Emily, loved and cherished by everyone, all to myself. Could there be anything more joyous? My euphoric self was brought back to earth by my colleague's warning. Don't tell me you're going to keep Emily locked up at home, Hunter. That would be a loss to society. That's right, it's a no-go. Emily is competent at work. If she wishes to continue, you shouldn't deprive her of that opportunity. Finally, even my boss Tyler chimed in. Hunter, you thinking of transferring to a regional office? Why would I? It's not good for both of you to be in the same workplace. Why should I be the one to move? It's everyone's consensus. That's ridiculous. Though I wasn't actually transferred to a regional location because of our marriage, the consensus was that it wasn't good for both of us to be in the same department, and Emily was transferred to another department. Of course, I ended up being resented by everyone. But I was happy. Our newlywed life was sweeter than cream puffs, almost melting like sugary candy. My family adored Emily and embraced her wholeheartedly. My mother was thrilled to have another daughter, and they often cooked together and went shopping. Even my usually stubborn and reticent father softened in her presence. Emily, is Hunter making any unreasonable demands? If you have any complaints, tell me right away. I'll take care of it. Take care of it. Am I a demon or what? If you make Emily cry, I won't forgive you. Aren't those supposed to be my lines? She watched our exchanges with amusement. Among the family, my nephew Nick was probably the one who took to Emily the most. Nick, approaching 9, was at a precocious age and became attached to Emily as a beloved older sister figure. Emily, I'm giving you this. What's this? A super rare card. They're really hard to get. I can't accept something so important. I'm giving it to you because it's the most important. You're going to be my wife. Nick, you want to marry me? Of course. Nick, she's my wife. You have to take good care of the person you're going to marry. Listen, Nick, listen well. Emily, let's go play over there. Whenever the family gathered, it was always a struggle for her attention. Though I was a bit jealous, it also made me happy, and I often took her to visit my family. She seemed to enjoy her relationship with my family too, visiting them even when I wasn't around. Especially with Nick, she seemed to play a lot. This is from Nick, he made it during craft time. The clay necklace was clumsy, but it was in colors and styles Emily would like. That kid really understands you, huh? Can a 9-year-old boy be such a man? It makes me a bit jealous. Never thought I'd feel jealous of my nephew. I can't afford to be complacent. She was skilled in the kitchen, efficiently whipping up meals in no time. Nutritious, well-balanced, and perfectly presented. Needless to say, they were delicious. She never cut corners, even when busy, and always kept herself neat. She never said she was tired, and never lost her smile. When you're tired, it's okay to say so. I want to support you too. Thank you, Hunter, but you know, every day is so much fun for me. I never thought I'd be this happy and content just to be with you. Me too, but you have to promise me not to push yourself too hard. Okay, I promise. People said the sweetness of newlywed life would quickly fade, but that wouldn't happen to us. I believed that, until that day. It came all of a sudden. One day, when I came home, Emily wasn't there. Usually, the rattling of keys would be met with her coming to greet me at the entrance, but not that day. Huh, isn't she home yet? But her shoes are here, and the lights are on. What happened? Emily, you're here, right? I called out, but there was no response. Could something have happened to Emily? Anxiety gripped me, and I rushed into the living room. Emily. I called her name again, but still, no reply. Could she have collapsed or something? As I panicked, thinking about the completely unusual situation, Emily walked into the living room. "There you are. I got worried when you didn't respond." I spoke, but still, she didn't reply. "Emily, what's wrong? Do you feel unwell?" Her complexion seemed off to me. "It's nothing." "It's not nothing, you look pale." I instinctively reached to check her forehead for a fever, but she sharply slapped my hand away. Did you just slap my hand?" I couldn't understand what was happening. This had never happened before. "There's food in the fridge. Eat whatever you want." "Wait, something's off with you. What's going on?" "Nothing's wrong." "It can't be nothing. Something's definitely off." "Shut up. Leave me alone." With those shouted words, she left the living room. I was left in a daze. I had never seen her raise her voice like that. Even when she was sick, she would put on a smile and say she was fine. Even during her worst times, she never forgot to thank those concerned for her. I couldn't believe she would act like this. Maybe she was feeling really bad. Everyone has their days, after all. Pushing further might just make things worse. I told myself to just watch and wait for now. But her attitude didn't change the next day or the day after that. Not only did it not change, but it got worse. "Leave me alone, shut up, it's nothing." Those were the only words I heard from her. No, it would be better if she responded that much recently. She ignored me 1 out of every 3 times. This behavior was directed only at me. At work and outside, Emily was as usual. With an angelic smile, she eased those around her and handled her tasks efficiently. I watched Emily from a distance. "Hey, Hunter, do you need Emily? Should I call her for you?" "No, it's okay. Don't worry, no one's going to make a move on Emily, you can relax." That wasn't what I was worried about. With her rarely seen smile burned into my memory, I dejectedly returned to my department. This unbearable situation continued for about a month, and then Emily started coming home late. By that time, the dinner table was dominated by grocery store deli. Eating deli food every day was tough, so I started preparing meals myself. Of course, I made enough for Emily too. Even though it wasn't particularly delicious, she always enjoyed my cooking with a smile. However, lately she hasn't even touched it. Doesn't she like what I make anymore? My heart grew increasingly troubled. Why is this happening? The day she stayed out without telling me was the last straw. I couldn't hold back any longer and confronted Emily. "Where have you been? You didn't answer your phone, and you left my messages on WhatsApp unread. What's going on with you? Do you have any idea how worried I've been?" Ignoring me, she tried to go to her room, but I grabbed her arm to stop her. "Look at me. That hurts. Let go." "I'll let go if you look at me and explain what's going on." "I have nothing to talk to you about." "That can't be true." "Don't raise your voice." "Oh, sorry." In a moment of distraction, she shook off my hand and fled. In my frustration, I blurted out something I shouldn't have. "Are you cheating on me?" Emily froze for a moment, then glared at me with stiff eyes before locking herself in her room. I was at a loss. Why did this happen? Why did Emily change? Had I done something to hurt her without realizing it? Since we couldn't have a conversation, there was nothing I could do. Amid these troubled days, Nick's birthday arrived. It's a day when, no matter what, the whole family gathers because Nick is our star. Normally, Emily and I would choose a gift together, but this year it seemed impossible. Just as I was wondering what to do, Emily had already prepared a gift. Sadly, she was still her usual self with everyone else but me. "Happy birthday, Nick, here's a present from us." Thank you. Can I open it? Of course. Well, it's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Emily. She was as adept as ever at choosing the perfect gifts, never missing the mark and always bringing out genuine smiles and gratitude. She truly had a talent for making people happy. I had no idea that Nick had wanted that item. How does she even find out these things? As our star Nick rejoiced, and my greatest support, Emily, smiled kindly, I felt a rare sense of happiness and enjoyed a moment of bliss. Her cooking was, as always, the best.
Nick, would you like some more meatloaf? Yes, please. I love your meatloaf. Thank you.
She stood up to get more servings and headed to the kitchen. Just then, there was a rattling crash. What happened? She knocked down the furniture nearby and then collapsed to the floor. No one could react in time. It was as if time had stopped. It felt like several minutes had passed, but it was probably just a few seconds.
Hey, Emily, what happened?
Emily didn't move an inch, even when I called out to her.
Mom, call an ambulance. Emily, stay with us. Emily, what's wrong? Hey, Emily.
Subsequently, she was taken by ambulance and admitted to the hospital. Days passed, and for some reason, she wouldn't wake up. Dr. Johnson, why isn't she waking up? There were no abnormalities in her brain. We need to conduct more detailed tests. Did your wife have any pre-existing conditions? No, nothing. She's been completely healthy. I see. For now, we just have to wait for your wife to wake up. What on earth is going on? Nothing makes sense. Are you cheating on me? Since then, we hadn't exchanged a single word. To think that might have been the last thing I said to her. Give me a break. As I was racked with worry, Nick entered the hospital room. Hunter, how's Emily? She's still asleep. I see. Did you come alone?
Yeah.
Normally mischievous, Nick seemed oddly hesitant today. What's wrong? Well, I have a letter from Emily for you. A letter from Emily. He pulled out an envelope, hesitated for a while whether to hand it over, but finally seemed to resolve himself and offered it to me.
Hear this. Emily said you must read it alone. It's a promise, okay? You can show it to anyone else.
Got it. While many mysteries remained, as I took the letter, Nick said, Emily, I'll come again, and left. Why would Nick have a letter from Emily? And why was such a letter even prepared? As my confusion tangled with questions, my anxiety deepened. For now, I decided to open the envelope and read the letter.
What?
I was immediately unsettled as I began reading. Written there was the shocking truth. Frantically, I tried to undress Emily but couldn't manage my hands properly due to my haste. As I managed to lift her hospital gown, I saw a clear surgical scar.
What's going on? Why didn't you tell me? Why keep it to yourself? Was I that unreliable?
Emily had been suffering from cervical cancer and had received a terminal diagnosis. She chose to hide this fact from me and face it alone. Emily, who had always had irregular periods, had been visiting the gynecologist regularly. During a routine checkup, the cancer was discovered. Being young, the progression was rapid, and Emily received a terminal prognosis. We didn't have children yet. Even if she overcame the cancer, it would likely be difficult for her to conceive in the future. Knowing this fact would surely devastate me, and I would do everything possible to help her. I would spend money, time, abandon my work, and do everything in my power for Emily. But she did not think this was right. If you're reading this letter, I might already be gone from this world. I had asked Nick to give you this letter if something happened to me. Something like what? I can't forget the look on his face when he asked that. I feel terrible for putting him in that position. Hey, Hunter, could you apologize on my behalf? I'm sorry for making such a weird request and for hurting him. That was how the letter began. This was Emily's will. She had left these last words in preparation for a day she knew would come, filled with her regrets and repentance.
I never imagined it would come to this. I took care of my health, managed stress, and lived each day with a smile. What went wrong? When I was told I only had a little time left, I decided to keep it a secret from you, Hunter, because I knew if you found out, you'd devote yourself entirely to me, right? You'd try everything to cure the disease.
Of course, Emily was my treasure.
You thought of course, right? Thank you, I'm really touched, but that's exactly why I can't allow it. Because if I didn't survive, Hunter, you would live with regret forever. I don't want you to be an old man dragging along memories of me and crying. So, it's better to be hated while I'm still healthy. If you come to hate me and we end up divorcing, you'll forget about me, right? That's why I decided to become someone unpleasant, she wrote.
Her sudden change in behavior had occurred right after she received her terminal diagnosis. Her unauthorized overnight stays were for treatment and surgery on the lesions. A clear surgical scar remained on her lower abdomen. Emily, you went through all this alone. Why didn't you talk to me about it? I'm your husband.
I wanted you to be happy, Hunter. I really wanted to be the one to make you happy, but if that couldn't be, I wanted to set you free to find another path. I shouldn't bind your heart forever. So I chose to be hated. I hoped you would come to despise me, lose your affection, and naturally we would part. I wanted you to forget me, remarry, and build a new family. I wanted you to always be smiling. That's why I acted so outrageously, but you, Hunter, you never gave up on me. I guess I'm really being selfish, aren't I? Maybe I don't want to be forgotten. I'm sorry, Hunter, for hurting you, but I loved you dearly. I wanted to be with you more and more, always. Thank you for everything. Stay well. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
I cried. I sobbed uncontrollably. I cried out loud like a child. It's unfair, Emily. How am I supposed to let you go? After reading this letter, wake up. I will make sure you get better. I'll make you regret trying to leave me alone to die. So open your eyes. Don't leave me. I took Emily's hand and squeezed it tightly. Don't mess with me. Did you think I just accept this selfishness? I'm angry with you for the first time. Get ready because I'm going to yell at you. Wake up, Emily. Maybe my voice reached her, her eyelids twitched, and she slowly opened her eyes. Hunter. Yes, it's me. Do you understand? You collapsed during the meal. You've been asleep for 5 days now. You're quite the sleepyhead, aren't you, Emily? Her gaze moved to my hands. That letter. Nick brought it to me. You really are something, Emily. If you leave me, I swear I'll haunt you forever. She gave a weak but sweet smile, the same Emily as always. Emily, don't give up. If you give up, I won't forgive you. Let's find a way to beat this disease together. If we're together, we can surely find it. But No, but if you give up, it's game over. Isn't that your favorite saying? I won't give up. I'll travel the world if I have to cure you. Thank you, Hunter. Then, I spoke with her primary doctor, disclosed everything to our family, sought second opinions, scoured books, searched the internet, and looked for ways to treat her disease. Everyone at work helped too. People who had cancer patients in their families shared methods that might have helped with symptoms, and a junior colleague who was fluent in foreign languages helped research treatment options abroad. Among those was information about a new drug trial. Desperate for any hope, I made contact and managed to secure a spot in the trial, leading us to travel abroad. The clinical trial seemed quite tough, but Emily persevered. She dedicated herself to the treatment without a single complaint and expressed her gratitude to everyone around her. Despite the pain distorting her face, she never lost her charming smile, becoming everyone's star even in a foreign country. Hey, Emily, how are you feeling? Thanks, I'm fine. I feel like I could start running right now. That's nice to hear, but you still need to take it easy for now. He'll do the running for you. Okay, leave it to me. Her presence always brought laughter, It even seemed like it was boosting the recovery of other patients around her. Having Emily here makes me sleep so well. I hardly need any medicine. That's wonderful, but remember, you still need to take your medication. I guess so, right, Emily? Please make sure you take your medicine. Okay, if Emily says so, I'll take it. I felt proud of how much everyone loved Emily. The clinical trial lasted several months, and while the stay wasn't cheap, we had some savings, and both of our families offered donations, plus our friends and co-workers helped us manage financially. I want to use my allowance too, Nick said as he offered his money, which made us both cry. Although I couldn't accept it at first, Nick insisted. I'm worried about Emily too. I want to help her. From his hand, she took a single coin and said, "Can I make this into a pendant?" Of course. Will you wear it around your neck? Yes, I'll make it my lucky charm. From that day on, she always wore that pendant, never taking it off. Although the results weren't as expected, her condition improved somewhat, and her prognosis was significantly extended. Now back in America, we continued her treatment. Recently, after a checkup, the doctors were surprised to find that her tumor had significantly reduced in size. It's incredible, the progression has completely stopped. It's slow, but she's recovering steadily. If this continues, a full recovery might not just be a dream. Is that true? It seems the effects of the trial are gradually kicking in.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Maybe your smile is boosting your immune system too. It's not just illness begins in the mind, but maintaining a positive and bright mind is also a secret to health. The doctors were so confident in Emily's recovery, bolstered by her charming, uplifting smile. Yes, that's right, I just need to protect this smile. For her smile, I would do anything. Hunter, I feel like I could completely recover and grow old with you. Of course, that's why there was no need to keep it a secret. You're right, I should have shared it sooner. Yes, not just me, everyone would have helped you. Yes, I need to thank everyone. Getting better is the best thanks everyone could get.
Yeah, I'm going to keep fighting.
We'll fight together. Let me in on it too. What, Nick, you were here. Of course, Emily is going to be my wife, after all. Listen, Nick, I've told you many times, Emily is my. Emily, let's go eat some ice cream. Let's go. Hey. Really, don't leave me behind. Even though her condition is improving, we can't let our guard down yet. No one knows exactly what the future holds. But I believe that our future will continue on, together and forever. I'll never let Emily face anything alone again. Not only am I here for her, but there's also a large group of supporters surrounding her. In times of trouble, we'll rely on each other, help each other, and support each other. By doing so, we can overcome any difficult situation. The coin pendant that Nick gave her still sparkles on Emily's chest, swaying gently. It's a symbol of hope from everyone involved. This pendant will serve as a precious guidepost, linking us and our future together.